All right.
Okay, so I think we've got a little bit of background to explain to you just how powerful this tool is and how it came about and the reason why it works so well and why it's so powerful. And then we'll show you a little bit how to set up modules 1 and 2 to get up and running. So if you have any questions, stick them in the Q&A. We will get to them at the end. And if you've got anything to say, hit us up in the chat. We'll be monitoring it, and yeah, I can see perfect. So I think take it away.
Okay, you can see the screen and everything.
Perfect.
Okay. Hi, everybody. What we, I think, to date, have failed to, yeah, it's hard looking at one screen and what you're looking at is on another. Okay, but what we didn't explain was why this stacking magic is indeed so powerful. We've been doing a huge amount of courses, and we've learned such a lot. And you know, I have to give a shout out to the people that we've run the courses. I'll get to that. But basically, stacking magic is all about stacking iframes. That is the main. That is the. That's what we're doing. So let's have a look at it. Stacking iframes. What the hell are we talking about? So stacking magic is a concept that I dreamt up in December when I was locked up in my room here in England visiting my son in quarantine. And after quarantine, I went into lockdown. So I had to do something to keep my mind going. So I'd also purchased a new tool, which is really cool. And what this tool could do was take YouTube videos and create blogs with them. So it would take the YouTube video, you'd search for the video, whatever video you like, and it would build, it had a really good theme with it and a whole lot of plugins. And what it did was you just gave it a list of YouTube videos and it made you a blog, which is like really powerful because, you know, that YouTube video is then embedded on your blog. Okay. So the YouTube video itself is getting powered back from the blog. Okay. So and they are they used on the blog. It's a method is called iframes. Okay. So that's what actually got me thinking. All right, because I've been learning so much about iframes and the power of iframes. Okay. So when we add a YouTube video to a blog post, that video on YouTube gets a do follow link back, okay, which is really powerful. So my thinking was, if I could get, move this out the way, if I could get one iframe that passes a do follow link back to its source, what's going on? What would happen if I had many iframes on a single property like a blog post? Okay. All of those original properties would then get powered up from the iframes that I was creating on that blog post. So you got many iframes on one blog post. So why is this powerful? So what if I could replace the original YouTube description, which was being used in my in the original YouTube video, with a post of my own, one that was topically relevant to the YouTube video, obviously, and to the content of the blog, you know, and have some iframes, multiple, it's like 2 or 3 different iframes embedded in. Now you must think about many Google properties, not only YouTube. Things such as my GMB map, perhaps my maps, which is created purely for powering traffic to my site. A Google Sheet filled with links, my GMB or my .business site, extremely powerful. So what are the iframes do. So if you have one iframe from a page that has many embeds, Google bots are going to follow each of those iframe embeds. Okay, and they do it on one by one. They're trained to do it. Okay, so this is like you can think of it almost like a computer game. So basically, if you have an embedded iframe, you can think of it like it's a door to a new room. And these bots, they're like really inquisitive. So they're programmed to collect data from these rooms. And when they find a do follow iframe, they will follow. Okay. So when they find relevant data in that room, in other words, this data is relevant to the blog post that that it's found, they keep a score. Okay. And the more relevant data they find, the higher the score goes, which is basically like your page rank. The page goes higher and higher. So when they exit that room, being the curious little creatures that we know they are, what do they find? Another iframe. So they're going to the other iframe, the next iframe. And the more iframes you can feed to Google, the more power you get back. I hope I'm making sense here. Jay, just stop me if there's any questions.
No, well, carry on.
Okay. Now, I'd like to give a shout out to Marco Benavides and Rob Beale from the Heavy Hitters Club for their excellent training, which gave me the foundation upon which the software evolved. Okay, I mean, I've been doing stacking for a long time, but my eyes were opened when I saw the power of iframes.
Stacking with a purpose.
Yeah. So what I needed a way to automate it all, because to build one piece of software that does it all, it was just too much. So I had to find some other software which I could use and combine with Stacking Magic, and that is that's how Stacking Magic was born. It started off with the YT Evolution software, which actually creates the blog, and Judge, I'll put a link in the chat, and also we used Curator Contender. Now that's the important part, because you'll remember I said we were talking about the content. So we're using the video, and we're only taking high-ranking videos from YouTube, obviously. So we're stealing their ranking, their relevance, but we're also giving back because we're giving them a do follow link back, and it's entirely legal in any case because everything on YouTube that you post there is in the public domain. But
well, then that's content curation, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So, but we didn't want the YouTube descriptions because it was all about going to their sites and doing all sorts of stuff, and a lot of the time it's not even really good descriptions. So our software then does it only embeds the video into the blog post. Then we use a different software to create a content. Now this is where the important thing comes. That content has an article, it has schema, it has images, it has another YouTube also if we want it, it has any number of Google properties and other Web 2.0 properties embedded in the content and hugely spun, so that every single page that gets outputted using the software is totally different. The content is different, the videos are different, the images are different, the embeds that it's embedding onto the pages are different. So it is unique. It's a very, very, very unique content that gets created. And
but not only being unique, it also gives us a chance to build links into all the assets that we've created in the Google Drive stacks. Well, each of those are powerful, and often you don't give each and every piece of content that we've created the love and attention that it deserves. So this way also is a great way for us to spread out the link love between all the Google assets we've created. So not only does it keep the content unique on the blog and the posts that get generated, but it's also a great way to link to everything.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, and we can create all of the properties that you can create that you found on your Google Drive. Things like the forms, your calendar, slides, CSV, spreadsheets, Google Documents, all of them pass PageRank if you share it. So you build them all in a shared directory, then you take them and you embed them on this blog. And so this blog becomes a powerhouse. It honestly does, because it's got all of these hugely relevant posts on them with all of this, what do you call it, link juice going back to the actual blogs, and not the blogs, the docs and the slides and whatever it is that you've actually embedded on the post, which is sitting on your Google Drive. Now, all of those things rank and get found in Google. That's a fact. So if you start building links at the blog that you have, you're building up the power of those things on your drive. And by doing that, you're powering up your blog. Okay, so that was the first thing I tested. After that, we got to we tried to rank in like some tough markets, but we found that we were getting up there. We were getting like some into the GMBs, into the map pack. And the actual money site and was coming up, but not as much as we could, not to break into the really tough niches, not as much. So then we decided, okay, let's take it to the next step, which was, let's take this really powerful blog that we have created and import it into a Google site, page by page. So, and what I mean by that is, we would take the sitemap and spider it, and then create a page on the Google site, and then embed the page from the blog onto the Google page. So, in other words, what we have there is another iframe. So now we had all of the iframes in the blog, okay, which is like really powerful on its own. Now we're taking that whole page and embedding it onto a Google site page, which, as you know, is extremely powerful in its own right. It's got a domain ranking of, I don't know, if it was more than 100, Google would give it more than 100. Okay, so the pages are then extremely powerful. And so that is essentially the story behind Stacking Magic and why it's so powerful. So before I actually show you how to set it up and it runs, are there any questions?
No questions so far.
Wow, I should have been a teacher. Let me try and get this thing to get out of this mode. Okay, here we go. So now I'm just going to go to my Contabo. Okay, so this is not good.
Okay, so Rob Sully is saying this tool is absolutely amazing. Yes, we agree, Rob. Especially when you understand the concepts of why it's so powerful in what we're doing, and why we're doing it. Then you can get quite creative with the applications. This same process could be used to rank a YouTube video promoting an affiliate product. It all depends where you want to send the link juice, and that's the power of it. is we basically giving the bot the information that we wanted to spider over and over and over again to fire up a certain property. So yeah, it's really, really powerful. So yeah, game changer for my business and for my customers. Love to hear that, Ray. Nice one. Thank you.
Okay, so you can see
before you go on. So Brent's asking, so can we use this to boost our cloud stacks as well?
Funny you should ask. Yeah, Brent, we will come to that
very shortly. But yes,
100%. Okay. Have I shared this screen now? You know, you still see me now.
I see Stacking Magic now, but it's like half. Yeah, there. Now I see it.
Okay, you can see the software.
Yes.
Okay. So Stacking Magic, like everything else, if you're going to be running it, you need to do some preparation beforehand. And in this case, it's not a lot, but you do need to get images because you're building a website. So you need an image that you're going to use like for your headers. You need images that you're going to use for your in the content on the pages that it's going to be creating. You need your, I don't know if you can see here, but you need your logo, those type of things. And it's quite simple. You just take them and let me, it's just the right thing. There we go. Yeah, I've got so many different versions that I've been testing here now. So anyway, so when you're going to be using your creating your CSV file, which I'll show you in a minute, you have to use the name of the company so that it can actually
name of the folder, you mean?
Yeah, name of the but for this purpose we call it the name of the company. Okay. All right. So this company name is Lose Weight Fast. This one is HEG Diet System. This one's HEG Diet Photos. So you can see cool. They all have the word photos after them. Okay. So this HEG Diet System photos, I've taken them out of there and I'll probably put them into here now. Okay. So these are images that that I download from a site that I'm a member of, and then I add like a little banner to it. I've got a call to action, and so when this appears on the Google document or in the Google site, it's very attractive. So sorry. So you need to put those the images in those. You need a banner. I forgot to show you that. Basically, it's only a few, and it's not a big deal. You can use Canva for that, and it's like very simple. All right, so there's a logo image. I've got just the one. I've got a header image. All right, that's this one here that you can see there. And then you've got your, in this case, it's HEG Diet System, so the images will be here. No, I've taken them out there. I'll move them around. But anyway, the one that you're going to be using, you put them into that folder. When you load it, default, you'll just have a photos folder like that, and you'll rename it. You put the company name in front of it and put your images in there. Then
okay, quick question before you move on there. Are there any specific sizes for the different images? Example, header versus logo.
Yeah, well, the logo is not very big. I normally use about 400 by 200 or 400 by 300. You can see it's a bit squashed here. This one is smaller than that. But the banner, I make it about 1,000 wide or 1,100 wide. This particular one, yeah. But Google puts it in and then it makes it fit to the size. And you'll always see this little thing here going. You see, remove readability adjustment. Google makes a little adjustment to it. Okay. So the images are important, and then you need an article. So the article you can get from anywhere. You can just go and steal it because Google doesn't care about duplicate content. Okay, because Google won't penalize Google. But I don't. I get an article and in fact, we're going to be having another webinar. I don't know when we'll have that, Jay. But we'll be having it very soon on how to create proper content. Really, really good content that you can, it'll blow your mind away how powerful it actually is. All right. So we can arrange another one for the content, but you could just go to Easy in Articles and go and find an article on the subject that you want to do. Go to Spin Rewriter and spin it and put that in. Okay. So let's actually get up with a proper setup. Jay, do you have that the doc handy that where when you get a new server, that we send out with each when they buy the software?
Okay, I'll open it now.
Okay, well, yeah. You can just share it.
Yeah, I'll share it in the chat.
Okay. Do you want to, I thought you were going to open it on, yeah.
Okay, I'm just busy answering someone, yeah. Okay, let me get it.
I don't have it on my server. I'm sharing now.
Okay, I'll open it now. It's in the members area. I'll get it now.
Okay, so before you even set up, get your software set up, we recommend that you use Contabo. They are really, really reliable. They're about the cheapest that you're going to get in a VPS. And it's not a good idea to run it on your own computer because, if you move the mouse or you do anything while the software is running, you can confuse it. It can, because this is based, the software actually emulates human behavior. So even if you've got it minimized and it's running, it's not, it won't work because it actually opens the browsers and it builds pages. It's like it's not a good idea, and it doesn't work well with all these antivirus softwares and Windows Defender and all that. So it's best to buy a VPS. It costs about $20 a month, and you turn off all the Windows Defenders and all of those things, because unless you're doing stuff that is that can be hacked or anything like that, if you're only running internet marketing programs like this, that's the absolute best that you can do. Okay, so we don't have an affiliate link for it, but if you just go to contabo.com and you look for one that is at least 8, but preferably 16 gigabytes and based in America, okay, you'll find it, and that's what I'm actually using. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Mark just said, just got a Contabo VPS. All your software working much better than we using a dedicated PC. Yeah, his VPS is $50 a month. Nice one, Mark. Yeah, I've got it now.
Yeah, you must have a hell of a powerful VPS then. Okay. because you really only need like 8 or 16 gigs. Okay, so I'll stop sharing here, Jay.
Yeah, you can. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna walk it through.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, when you get your VPS from Contabo, you'll be given login details, and it's like looking at a brand new computer. Okay, so you need to set it up so that it runs properly. And one of the first things you need to do is to download Firefox, because it'll come with Microsoft Explorer or whatever they're using nowadays as the default. And there's a link there, which if you click on it, it will go to, it'll take you to where you can download it. And then what you do is you download the 32-bit version, the 32-bit English version, okay, and you install it. Even if you have a 64-bit or any other Firefox installed already, you just install that over it, it'll take care of it. And then you need to install something called Windows.NET Framework. I think the latest version is 4.82, and that gives you, it actually uses a lot, allows the software that Stacking Magic is coded in to run. So that's a must. So you download that, and then you just run it, and it installs, and that's it. It's ready to go. And if you get a message that .NET is already on your system, but when you try run Stacking Magic or GMB Genius, there's a video there. You can just watch that, and it'll show you how to use, how to just tick a few boxes on your VPS to allow Windows 3.5 to be used. Okay. The next thing you have to do is you need to go into your control panels, and disable the Windows Defender program. It has no use on a VPS. Okay, it's not going to be doing anything. And then you disable, if you have any antivirus software, just uninstall it because you don't want it. Okay, and now you can copy the zip file that you would download from the members area, and that zip file you can. So what you do is unzip it. You unzip it to a folder that's on your desktop. That's important. Don't make sure that you, when you say unzip all, that you say, okay, make this folder, and you unzip it into a folder on your desktop. All right. Okay. So, and this is for all of our software, whether it's GMBG or Stacking Magic. All right. So then once it's unzipped, you can just right-click on the exe file and select Run as Administrator. So the software will then, in the first time it does it, it'll ask you for your login credentials, your username and password. And also when we auto-update software, which we often do, you must remember we use the software every day in our business. We aren't really software salesmen, salespeople, so to speak. We use these things to rank our own affiliate programs and stuff that we sell. So we're always updating it. And if Google makes any changes and or anything that we find we need to add, or we find new things that can help it, we update the software and it'll automatically update. Okay, so so we will now You know, we have, as for stacking magic, we have the step-by-step videos, but we're going to be making more in detail ones as we, you know, as we go along, because sometimes things change. All right. So again, remember that you've got to have all your materials online on hand before you do it. Make sure you've got your images, your article,
A folder that's public to the web.
yeah. Okay.
And some content.
Now that folder that's public to the web is very important.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's just a bit of VPS, just the basic stuff. What I'll do as well is I'll add this into the homepage of the members area as well, so that it's there and you've got all this. I've also emailed it to everyone who bought Stacking Magic, emailed this guide as well. So you should have that. So should we get to a few questions?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so let's stop the share there. Okay. All right, so John's asking, if I have more than one client, is it okay to keep all the folders in the input, or should I put only one at a time?
No, I wouldn't even use the same email.
No, I think what he's talking about in the inputs, where you're talking about the images.
Oh, yes. Well, look, the folders don't really matter that much, John, because you've actually got the CSV file where you tell the software exactly where to go and find whatever it is. So as long as that folder is, yeah.
You specify the folder name in the CSV document. That's why. So if you've got multiple clients, yes, you could have multiple folders. Just make sure that in your CSV document, you've specified the correct folder.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe an idea, maybe open a CSV document if you've got one there in the background. You can run it through where that is now. I'll give you the ball back.
All right, you can just carry on answering the questions in the meantime. I'll find
okay. And then Ray's asking, do we need GMB Genius as well as Stacking Magic? The answer would be yes and yes. It depends on what you're trying to achieve. GMB Genius is primarily targeted at local. I know Stacking Magic is also, but the two tools work hand in hand together. So they were made to work together. We use them both on a daily basis. So that would be a yes. Miles is asking about how many authority sites should we use? Just add them on separate lines in the CSV.
I'm not sure what you mean by authority sites.
So maybe in the CSV there, when you got are you talking about the money site, Miles? So in the CSV, we link out to the money site. Is that what you're talking about there? Maybe just elaborate on your question and we'll answer that for you.
For that one, if it is what I'm thinking, if it is the money site, you should only have one money site there, because otherwise you're diluting the juice that you're sending.
Okay, saying there's a column for an authority site, like a wiki.
That's like a related site.
Yeah.
That is not. That's not essential. You don't even have to do that. It is just good SEO practice to link out to some authority sites. So you can even link out to other sites who are not competitors, direct competitors, but that are authority sites in the niche. It's a good idea to have some outbound links.
Okay. Do you want to share your screen and then you can run through it?
Okay. Okay, where is it? This one. All right, so
maybe just blow it up a bit bigger.
Okay, can
There
you
we
see?
go. Much better.
All right, so let's just go. So, okay, I wouldn't recommend that you make a name like this with a dash in it and that. I would recommend that you just, people, I know these people love to have their names. Lawyers are too. They also they want their website and their name and everything in the name of the Google site. But I don't think that's necessary. So, but I mean, if that is the name of the business, then that's what you've got to do. All right. So in this particular instance, this is the business name. Okay. The address. You should put the full address in there. Okay. This file was made by one Mr. Vic, so he doesn't put too many details in. Okay. Okay, that's the city. So this should be a street address, the city, the telephone number, and then the email. And this would be the keyword. Okay, so let me just. So this file is used to create Google documents. So if you have 10 different keywords here, just say these are all different keywords. You would just put everything in. But what's going to happen is it's going to say holistic nutrition coach, Calgary. Then this one would be holistic nutrition products, Calgary. Okay, so it uses this city name and this to create the title of the documents. Does that make sense? So this could be, I'm just typing. I don't really know.
John's weight loss.
Yeah. Okay, butter, bread, and milk. Okay. So what would happen is the document that gets created, the first one would be Holistic Nutrition Coach Calgary. The second one would be Butter Calgary. Third one would be Bread Calgary, and the fourth one would be Milk Calgary. So that's how the documents get named. Okay. Now the folder ID, okay, that is inside your okay, yeah. So let me just come in here. And I'm going to come here, come to my drive here. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm never sure with close these other things.
No, all good.
Okay, so this is actually a Google document that was created doing it. But can you see here where it says HCG diet? This folder?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the original shared folder that you must start each project with. Okay, and that must be shared public to the internet. Then everything that you create inside it, those will inherit the properties of this one here. And so yeah, you can see I've got one called HCG Diet System Articles. So that is taking it from this keyword, or no, probably the business name. That business name is taking it from there. Okay, and but the articles will be the software creates this for you. All right, but you tell it must create it in this main public folder. So this is your folder ID. Take everything up to the /. So you would take that
So everything after folders.
Yeah, you would paste that in here. Okay, like that. Okay, then you would put your website there. This would be the website that you want to rank. It could be a Google site. It could be a business, your .business site that you want to rank. It could be a YouTube video that you want to rank. Anything that you want to rank, but that's going to be the main. That's going to be hyperlinked with the main keyword. Okay. Then this Google Drive, this folder drive, we also like to power that up. So in that is this whole URL here. Okay, so you would take that and paste that here. Come on. All right. So you would paste that whole URL in there. So what's going to happen is when you see the Google articles, the docs, they will have it'll have a link posted on each document. All right, which is really cool because that is where all of your documents and PDFs, those sort of things live in. And so that's what's that's going to get powered up as well. And then you put your Twitter URL in, your GMB URL. This is the CID link, and then this is the business page, business site, and then this here is the article. So what you do there is you take your whole article, it can be as long as you like, and when you get to this section here, I'm just going to delete that. Okay, if you double click in there, you can paste the whole of Wikipedia in there for that matter. So you paste the whole article, which is spun, into this section here. Okay, so every time it creates a document, it's going to, I'm just going to say Control Z so that there is something there. Okay. And then this would be related links. So yeah, you would put find stuff from Wikipedia or wherever it is that is related to your topic. That's a good idea. Okay, and this is a new one since.
Okay, just a quick one on that there. That article folder, Kevin's asking, is it in Spintex or just unique?
Spintex.
Okay,
you could put it unique. If you put it unique, it'll use the same article on each document, which is also okay. It doesn't matter because Google doesn't penalize Google. Right?
And then Shonda's asking, can you spin all the links as well?
That's a good question. We haven't wanted to do that because we want to build up these links specifically, but it wouldn't be a problem to add it. You know, but I mean, like, you know, in this case, I would want my GMB to be linked, my business site to be linked, and also my money site, the website. So I would like those to be linked too. But you could put all three of them in one and spin it. You know, we can add that capability because in
yeah, in the article cell you can.
Well, certainly in any one of these, then. But your Twitter would be the same. The GMB would be the same. This GMB URL, it'll be the same. But if you put your GMB URL into into this one as well. So you're splitting it, and one time showing this, and another time saying the GMB. You could put GMB post URLs in here that would be spun, and it would link to them. You know, it's always something you can do. So I can ask, I can get that added. It's really not any problem. But I prefer to have a spun article here, because I've also asked Vic in the next version to create a token system, so that in the article we'll have just two tokens. One will be keyword and one will be area. So you could put like KW and area in square brackets somewhere in the text, and then it'll add the areas. It'll add the keyword, that keyword and the area into your copy. So you could make your article more local centric. Okay, that'll be coming in the next update. All right, so once you've got this done, and it's really just a step-by-step process. You mustn't overthink it. And if you go to the VPS and you do not have Microsoft Excel, then go to your login and then use your sheet, Google Sheets. Where is it? There it is. Use Google Sheets and then download it as a CSV. So you can create it. It's exactly the same sort of thing. No, I don't need it. You just create a spreadsheet there with all the same headings and everything. And then you, once you've got it, you can just, you download it or save as a CSV file, and you save that to your drive so that you can get it. I just thought of that because I've always got Excel, but some people might not have it. Okay. All right. So then I'm not going to save that. So then once you've got that done, and you've got your images in, no more work to be done. All you have to do then is to use your email that you're going to be using and log in a normal browser. Okay. And then when you run the software, now this has been built to force the software to use the particular profile, because Google has been playing games, so we've managed to overcome them and their silly little games.
A quick one before you go further. Brent's asking, what's the purpose of the new G-site name field?
That's going to be the actual name of your G-site now. Before, he was just calling it, these ones that I had here, they were just being called, it wasn't a very good way to name them. Let's have a look at what.
It was just adding a bunch of numbers, eh?
No, it was just taking the keyword, and you don't always want it to be a keyword, or you don't want it to be called HCG Diet System Santon, because you've got like 10 different suburbs that you're targeting.
Yeah.
So we can't do that. We need to make it a bit more realistic. So that's why it's got that name there.
Okay, and then before you go there, John's saying my article folder and photos folder are fine, but the PDF folder is always empty. I'm not sure where the app is saving it. I'm pretty sure it should be inside the PDF folder.
Yeah, so it's making the documents okay.
Yeah, he says the article folder and photos folder are fine. It's just the PDF folder.
I'm not sure why it's doing that, but what you could do is you could simply go into your drive and create one. And then you'll find all the PDFs. They'll be at the bottom. They'll be in your downloads folder. Okay, and then just upload it there. That's just a little glitch that is obviously, I didn't make that folder for some reason. That's it's not easy to answer that.
Okay.
But to get past that, because when you come to creating the Google site, you want that there and you want them in there.
Yeah.
So the way I recommend.
Then Mark's asking, just thinking, if you have 35 neighborhoods you want to target and perhaps 5 keywords, would that require multiple G sites? If you embed video blog too, isn't there a limit to how many pages each G site can handle?
No. I have made like over 200.
So 5 times 35 would be about
35,
175, so it should be fine.
Yeah, it's just going to take a long time because it's going to make an article for each one of them. And these take about 5-6 minutes to make, because what I've got is I've got a huge amount of copy and I've also got it very well spun, and so it's taking me a lot of time. But if you use less copy, see, this is one of the images that I was talking about. If you use less copy, it'll be quicker. But otherwise, you could make 5 different G sites. No, but the whole system is like, as I said, you've got to make your blog first, so that you get all of those. But before you do that, you've actually got to make all of your Google properties, these properties that I was talking about. Yeah.
In the drive stack.
Yeah. So we're talking about the calendar,
the sheets, the forms, the drawing,
the slides. Okay, those you just make them once, and then you import them in
to that folder.
Yeah, that's in the later part of the training where we're doing curator contender. But those are the documents that get curated, get added into the copy that then gets used for to create the blog.
Cool. Okay, and then Shonda's saying, at some point, can you touch on how to use hashtags to create jump links on the Google site?
Okay, you don't need jump links there. I'll come to it in a minute.
Perfect.
Yeah, they are super easy. So where was I?
The software. Go to the software.
Okay. Okay, so now I said before you run, make sure you log into Firefox, and make sure Firefox is, I'm just going to come here to help and look at about Firefox and make sure it is 32-bit. You only have to do that the first time, because then you're not going to have any problems. Okay, so make sure you're logged in there, then open the software, and then click this README first. Okay, so now there's a little thing that we're asking you to do here. So this is actually forcing it to use a specific profile, and that profile is this Gmail. So what you need to do is on Contavo at the bottom there, if you come down to the bottom corner here, you can come and you can say search. So if you type in run here, that one you're looking for. Okay, it opens this little box at the bottom here, and then you must type in firefox.exe -p or -p. As you can see, that's what I've got there. So when you say OK, you'll see it'll bring up this little pop-up here that says default, and it says use a selected profile without asking at startup. So when you click Start Firefox here now, it's going to open another browser. Okay, so now you've got two browsers open. I'm going to click OK here, and you definitely know when the software runs, it's going to use this profile, and you're never going to have any problems with it asking for all of the different captures, and Google tries their best to stop automation, and this is the way that we found that they can never stop it because we're using one profile. And when you go and run another, if you're using a different email, all you would do then is you'd log into that email, okay, and then you go through the same process again. And when you click run, it would force it to use the new email as the profile.
Okay, so we just had a question on that. So I always use different Gmail for each company. So when I work on one particular company, I should always be logged in with that name of the company.
Yes. You see, what it does is it allows the software to work without any hassles from Google. So basically, when you logged in here to the email, and then you select that run, is it? Okay, you select this run here. It brings up a little box, and basically you've got to type in that Firefox -P. Okay, what that does is it forces it to use the email that you're currently logged into. That is the default, and it's not going to ask for any others. And so you'll see, once you've done that, you've got two Firefox browsers open. So what you have to do is just close them both. I know this has nothing to do with software. This has to do with Google leaving us alone and just getting on with our work. Okay. And so once you've got to that stage, you are ready to do the first module. So this first module is going to create the docs and the PDFs. And for that, you upload a CSV file. So you say choose the file, because you've got all of the information there in your CSV file. Where am I? Here we go. So, so you'd have different CSV files. I'll just choose one here because I'm not actually going to run it. It takes too long. But that's it. Then you're ready to run. Then all you do is you click run. And then, because you've given it all the information it needs, it's going to log into your email. It's going to create the folders that it needs to make the documents in. It's going to create. So this is the folder that you start off with, but it's going to create this one here, which is called HG Dart System Articles, because that was the name of the company. That was the name of the keyword. Okay, so I was just going HG Dart System with different suburbs in this area. So then I'd have so it would create this one, and it would also create the folder. I mean the photos, HG Dart System photos.
Okay, then a quick one, yeah. Do you have to log into profile via Firefox 32-bit version or regular version?
No, you must never have regular version on your VPS. So download the 32-bit version from that link that you've got in that sheet that, the PDF that Jay's given you, and install it. And it installs it over the Firefox 32-bit version. And that's it. You never have to think about it again on that VPS.
Cool.
No more worrying about that.
All right, and then Mark saying, if you switch G accounts, should you use CCleaner in between logging into different G accounts, or not a biggie?
Absolutely, I always do.
Cool.
Also
Good question, Mark.
I do it between running different
Projects.
campaigns as well. Yeah. Okay, so once you've got this all set up and you say run, the software will log into this email, and it'll go to the only shared folder, which it can find that HTTP diet, and it'll create these folders here. And then within those folders, it's going to take all the data that it needs. And you can see a HCG diet Bryanston, HCG diet Centurion, HCG diet Forwards. Okay, so these are all shared, they're all live, they're all shared to the internet, and they actually are ranking very well nowadays. So, I don't suggest you use an image like this. You should use an image which has a call to action on it. This is the first thing they see. But, I was...
It's good enough.
So this one, yeah, you can see is going to my Google, my Maps. Okay, my CRE. Okay, and then I've got the address there. And then this is where you've got your website in. So if you were spinning it, you could...
Hold on, we're still on the map. Okay, there we go.
It's just this
bit of a lag.
This internet here in England, it's useless. Can you believe it? In Africa, we've got faster internet. Okay. Okay, and then, so you can see the things that we put into the CSV, like your website, the Google folder, the Twitter URL, the GMB URL, and the business website. And these are put in as naked URLs, which is also really good SEO practice. And I was a bit over the top. I've been playing with the new software, which we can. We're going to certainly show you how to do it, because your content problems are a thing of the past. So anyway, let's go a little bit further. Okay, so this is taking the image out of the images folder. And it should really be a little bit further up if I didn't have such a long bloody article. But anyway, so this is all going to the
business site.
Let's go to the right business site. So they're very, very powerful, these, particularly as we know that we're going to take these pages, these documents that we have here, and we're going to build a Google site with them. We're going to import them to the Google site. That is that's why these things have got all of these links here. Okay, because they are the first phase of building the Google site. So
and running second magic.
Yeah, that is that's sort of like all I've got to say on this module. So if we have some more questions on it, we can deal with them now, or I'm going to go on.
No, I think that's it. You can move on.
Okay. So the second phase, or the second module, is to create the actual Google site from the Google Drive. And again, this is quite easy. You just use exactly the same CSV as what you did for the document creation. you put in your Google email and password, and then you give it the exact path to the drive. So you can see here, let me come back here to, okay, it is there. So this HCG diet, that's the first, if I come here to my drive, okay?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
you
see.
can see HCG diet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the first part there. Then you just put this little forward caret character, I think it's called, and then you point it to the next, to the folder, the next folder. So I'm going to just log in now, and so it's saying lose weight fast. Okay, and that's here. All right. So what I actually did in this case is I actually created another Google site in the same with the same public folder. Okay, I hope that's. Do you understand that?
Yep.
Okay, because in here this would be. Let's have a look here. Lose weight fast. So you see, these are the ones. So this is the folder. Lose weight fast, which I actually deleted them. So don't be confused. This should be called lose weight fast. All right. And so here's the articles in there, which are called lose weight fast. I use this all the time. I'm testing. That's why our site ranks so well, because when I'm ever doing tests, I'm making these things, and they rank. Okay, so for the Google site, what we're saying is it must use this email and password, then go to the G drive and go from HCG diet to a folder called lose weight fast. Okay.
And if you just wanted to put it in HCG diet, you just put HCG diet there and leave the / lose weight fast type thing.
You wouldn't have that there then.
Yes. No. Okay, perfect.
Okay. And then you load up your CSV, the same CSV that you used for your documents, and then you hit run. Okay. And then what it's going to do is it's going to create a Google site for you, which is called this could well be called something else, but
yeah, that's HCG diet system, but that's fine.
Okay. So this name here, Brent asked that on the new CSV, this is what it would be named. It would name this HCG diet system. But the old, this was made with the old one. You know, it would be called How to Lose Weight Fast. But anyway, what it's done here now is it creates a pretty vanilla looking HCG, Google site, similar to what we've always created with GMB Genius. But then, because these things rank, what I'm doing now is I am making them look like lead gen sites. So when somebody comes here, I put this image up here so that they can see this straight away. You know, I put that first thing there. You know, this image used to go further down. Well, it still does, but I just take it and I put it at the top here, and put this color around it so that it's really, you know, quite exciting to look at. So let me just, am I, I can. Okay, so Shonda was asking, how do I make jump links? Yeah. So what you do is, you make your headings, subheadings. Okay. So you see I've got a lot of subheadings here that I've added. All of these are subheadings. And then we simply come here to table of contents. Okay, you click that and it adds every single heading it can find. It makes a jump link. Easy peasy. Okay, so I don't want it there, so I'm going to pull it down and put it above here, put it below this image. There. All right, I'm just going to publish it. All right, so all you have to do is to make a lot of subheadings. All right, so let's have a look at it now. View publish site. And so here we are, my weight loss journey with HCG injections. So that goes there. Now the beauty of subheadings is that each one of these has its own URL. So you can build links to each one of these. So yeah, this is different here.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Very, very powerful. And Google absolutely loves it. And they've made it so easy to add it. But so when you run when the software runs, it's going to create a page like this. So it'll have HCG diet system articles, and it'll have all the articles embedded into an iframe here, just the titles. And then it'll create a page for each article, again embedded. So what's happening is this Google site now is passing a do follow link to this
Google document.
Okay. So now you can see how we're starting to do some of the stacking, because the Google site itself is incredibly powerful. Okay. And we're taking that and we're embedding this Google document, which in and of itself is very powerful. And so if you just did this and nothing else, and you hired someone to build a whole lot of links to it, or money robot links, or whatever you want, or hired JJ to do it, he got nothing else to do. He can do it for you. Jay?
And Eddie's asking, cool, are those articles generated from the spun article?
Oh, yes. So if you look at use weight Santon, we'll have a look at it and look at the first paragraph. Losing weights are difficult. Let me open this one in a different tab. And it should be different. So the title is different, lose weight 4 ways. Losing weight is hard and is a hard and typically discouraging job. Hard, typically disheartening task. Okay, so yeah, it's fun, it's different. But as I said, that's not, doesn't have to be, because Google is not gonna, it doesn't penalize Google. So you could use the same.
Ray, there will be a recording. Sorry to interrupt you there. He said he lost the internet connection. There will be a recording. We'll stick it up in the members area as soon as possible. As soon as it's finished in rendering, we'll stick it up there.
Okay, and again, you know, we're always available. Use the Skype group or the Facebook group. You know, that's a good place. And if you find something that helps you as a shortcut, share it with other people. Okay, now you can see the PDFs. They look a little bit different, but it's basically the same thing. All right, but again, it's got a different URL because you can see it says HCG diet system PDF. So Google doesn't care, it ranks them. But,
and it's just more links for us to build links into to launder through Google.
Yeah. Now the next step is what we'll do in the next webinar, which we can do whenever you are ready. But the next step here would really be to clone the website to the G site. Okay, and that would be this website here. So this WordPress Revitalizer, what that does is it basically logs into your WordPress, and then you upload an HTML file, which is a file that gets created using Curator Contender. So let me just go to actual file that I've built, but not yet uploaded. Okay, so this is the this is a YT Evolution blog that gets created from just using YouTube videos. Okay, and what we're able to do is we've got the let's go to a post. All right. I've put in a little table of contents just from, because this is a blog, I can use plugins. But what our software then does is we generate the titles. So we change the titles. We don't bring in the video at all. In fact, in this one, I can't even see the video. I don't know what happened there, but now they've all got videos, you know. Let's open another one now. I just want to show you one with the video. Okay. So what happens when you stop taking HCG shots?
So just hold on, we're not there yet. Okay, now we are.
Okay, so now this video that I stole or used, Google has decided to ban it. I don't know why, but we create these titles. Also show you how to do that. But this is the main keyword. This is a proper keyword. It's actually a question that get asked a lot in Google, and we use that to create the rest of the thing. And then it puts the Google, it puts a YouTube in. Yeah, we've got a link going to. This is a very old one. We don't use Rebrandly anymore. But then what it also does is it takes. Now this is crap. Let me just find something better. Wow, these things are looking awful.
Okay, while you're there, you can see you've been testing on the site.
Yeah.
Liberty's asking, how would you set up the CSV file for multiple cities and a single keyword?
I'll show you that back in a second. I'm not 100% sure why. I'm not logged in yet.
Okay, but you're going into the next webinar now anyway, so don't worry about that.
Yeah.
We'll cover that in the next one.
All right, but what it does is it basically puts in array. Yeah, you can see here's a video which is a high-ranking video. Okay, this is what we're going to do in the next webinar. We can do it whenever you like, Jay. You can just do
we'll set it up late in the week or early next week.
Okay. So here's a video, but it doesn't have any of the content. Okay, We've changed the title, and this here we've put in as an H1 tag. Okay, these here are it's also our content that gets generated. These are links going to, that one's going to my website, and that one's going to the map CID. And these are just little snippets from easy articles that are spun. And then I just wanted to show you here, because whilst we edit. Okay, so, oh man. Yeah, Google. But anyway, this is a CSV sheet that is embedded. Okay, this is an iframe. All right, I'm not sure why the Tumblr didn't embed. Okay, this is an image, I think. This is our GMB that's embedded. So you can see this is the power of this blog now, because it has a YouTube video, it has all of this related content, and it has these other embeds in there. Okay, it's wanting me to sign into the account I'm currently signed in. And
that's fine. Yeah.
That's what we're going to be covering in the next video. But I just wanted to show you that that's the whole purpose of the of Stacking Magic, is to be able to get to that stage. And once you've built that website, that Google site, that blog, okay, you then use this, you clone it to the G site. So then the G site that you've already created in module 2 here, you put that URL in, you put your the blog URL with the sitemap, like sitemap.xml, and then you say, do you want it to go to posts and pages? That's all you have to do, and then you say run. And then what that does is it actually creates a Google site that has every single page of the blog. It creates a Google site for it with the same name, same title.
Not a Google site. It creates a page on the Google site.
Yeah, it creates a page on the Google site with a post embedded on it. So if you have 200 posts, you're going to have 200 pages with the stuff embedded on it. So again, now you can see how the power is starting to stack, and it just goes up exponentially. And these sites, you can hit them with any type of links. It's unbelievable. Google just ranks them. We've got one site, I'm not joking, we actually hired a guy in Fiverr and we said, put 10 million links, anything. You know what happened? The site just went straight to the top. And there were, you can't believe the amount of links. We actually did this. And it didn't even cost a lot, it cost about $60. But it was just a test. And so yeah, it's because you are building such powerful entities here, and all of these links, every single one of them is linking to your GMB and to your website and to your money site, your Twitter, all of these things. They all rank. Your folder, even your folder here. You can see this will take you straight to the folder. It's linking to it because that's getting links to it. That is powering
passing juice.
Yeah, powering up that folder and powering up these.
Okay, we got a question here. When you set up the YT Evolution site for the plumbing company, you use the videos on the YT Evolution site to target one area only. If I want to do the same thing for several different areas and the same keyword, can I reuse the content and videos and change the video post titles?
You can, but you don't have to, because there's 100 million videos on any subject in YouTube. All you do is you go and search for a playlist or the top ranking videos. Doesn't matter, and then you use them. You want to create some other ones, you go and get you just go and get more videos. There's no need to use the same ones, but of course you can. It doesn't matter.
So she's saying essentially duplicating the site, or do I have to create a new YT Evo site with new different videos and new content?
If it's a different, what was the question? Are you creating a different site?
So basically, she's asking if they wanted to go after different areas, does she have to create different YT Evo sites?
No, not necessarily. I don't think so.
No, not at all. Because you could have a WordPress site that's targeting multiple areas.
Exactly.
So you just keep building on that same one WordPress website, targeting the different areas.
Okay. YT Evolution is a very easy software to run, and Jay can give you the links now. I think, Jay.
Yeah, cool. I'll put them in the chat now.
Yeah.
So it's the links to YT Evolution and Curator Contender. If anyone wants it,
I thought I should perhaps show a little bit about what Curator Contender actually is and does.
I think let's save that for the content webinar.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. We can do that, but it's not a difficult software to run at all.
Okay, so Brent's asking, okay, I've put the links in the chat if anyone's interested. Regarding YT Evolution, do you need both the front-end offer as well as the upsells?
YT Evolution doesn't have upsells as far as I know.
Okay.
It's just
Brent says it has two. Must be a new thing.
Oh, these guys. I'll have a look. I don't know what the upsell is. I'll ask Chris, but I didn't know that there is one. Okay, I think he started. No, but he's saying you get them included free. I don't know. Have a look at it and see if you think it is. Or just contact me on Skype and show me what it is. I'm not sure what the upsells are. They didn't have the upsells.
Maria's saying, think he means the Cloaker and the Video Jack software.
No, you don't need those. Cool. Originally, you got them with it, but the Video Jack software, that's just making some money. That's really not. I wouldn't recommend it as an essential part of YT.
Not for this strategy anyway.
Because you see, we use YT Evo to go because it comes with all the plugins you'll ever need to run it. It's got the theme, it's got everything. All you have to do is to go and find the videos and then run the software. First you have to get, obviously you have to get a blog. You have to get a website. We probably find
a WordPress site.
Yeah, you get yourself an H domain and you put WordPress on there, and then you can put a couple of banners and or even affiliate banners on there if you like, anything like that. And then you just get the videos and then it runs, But you don't want to use their content because it's not going to help you much. You want to upload. You want to power up your properties, and that's what this has done. It's done it amazingly well. like in the plumbing niche, where the actual website was ranking nowhere for certain keywords, and now they're ranking #1 for those keywords. The Google site is ranking #2, or the Google site is ranking #1, and the client site is ranking #2, and they're in the 3-pack. So, and that's after we started in
2.5 months.
2.5 months. So,
Okay.
this worked.
Well, I think that's it. There's no more questions. So I think, thank you everyone. Thanks for the engagement in the chat, for all the questions. These are for you. We will have the recording up in the members area as soon as it renders. So if anyone wants to catch it there, that's perfect. It'll be up there. And as we mentioned, there'll be a follow on later this week or maybe early next week on the next modules, and we'll actually show you how it all works and get it going. But for now, if there's any questions, hit us up in the Skype group, on the Facebook group. We're here to help. Ray saying you both are awesome. Thank you very much. Thanks, Ray. Always nice to hear that. Hope everyone enjoyed this, and have a good evening.
Okay. Thanks again.
Thanks.
Cheers.